I'm trying to fight everybody.
Let's tie up Vaz, and then we'll talk rationally about what our next steps will be.
Not that you're going to gag him or anything. He's just going to be tied up to a tree just cause.
Well, we might.
So my quest notes say we found a crag full of orcs. And we just killed 2 patrolling orcs.
Yes.
And then my notes say that I was going to warg into my snake and look around.
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
That's what I want to do.
All right. So,
like in the middle of nowhere, or where are we at?
So you had just you'd seen, yeah. So you guys were approaching it's like a tall mesa, kind of like a big central pillar rock, and it had like kind of carved into the side of the stone. Now I'm kind of echoing. No, I stopped. All right. So carved into the stone, and it was that's kind of where you saw the orcs coming from. You're coming from this central, bigger stone natural structure with like the crag kind of like carved into it.
Mm.
And then Dio had said he wanted to warg into the snake. Now the snake only has limited. I think it's like limited to like a 60 feet range, so you can't go too far. You'd have to pretty much have sights on them. You can get around corners and kind of like check around stuff like that, but it's not like too far of a range that you can see through its eyes.
So just within 60 feet of it.
Yeah, let me double check the range there, but it's not too far.
You can do our last strategy of summon it really high up and let it fall down.
Yeah, that did not work last time.
But it says 100 feet, so it's not too far, but you kind of have to see what you're looking at, and it can just help you get a closer look or go around corners and such. I mean, it's dark and rainy, so the snake's probably not going to get a good sight if you just throw him into the sky. Again.
Yeah. Let's see. What are we looking at right now?
So you're looking at if you head towards where the orcs were coming. Did you want to try to like follow back through their trail and get closer to this like central craggy thing?
Yeah, let's just kind of like stealth up, I guess. But before I warg into my stake, we'll get closer.
Okay. We'll assume that you guys are moving stealthily. So, I think do I have your secret rolls? I forget if I have you guys' secret rolls here. I do.
Are we wanting to go back to that necromancer guy and tell him he killed his orcs, or are we wanting to keep going forward to this?
I mean, you killed 2 orcs.
Oh, well, let's chop off their heads and put them in a bag.
Okay. I would like to go defile the corpses and kill off their head.
My sword is stabby, so I can't cut their heads off with it.
I want to defile them and then cut their head off.
Okay, we're just gonna hand wave what that means. Just like brief censor for the audience. And okay, so you got a couple orc heads.
Yeah. Putting that in my inventory. Or who has the most room to carry these orc heads?
Everyone.
Everyone? Do we all carry one?
Oh,
I think you have to divide. You have to divide the orc heads evenly, so everyone carries a little bit of the orc head.
Yes. I mean, do we have to take the whole head? We can take their ears, I guess.
That's a nice note.
We can take another. I don't know. What part of the orc should we take back?
This is They're foreskins. That's the only.
Yeah. You take their nipples and foreskin. It's a bag full of orc nipples.
Now you do recognize that these are definitely not. This is not the horde of orcs. These were only 2.
but we could lie to him. and tell him that we were so excited to get back. And we only got 2 heads.
That's true.
My deception skill is pretty mighty.
You should probably take at least 1 full head. Might get suspicious.
And then stuff the other ears and nipples in that head's mouth.
Can you eat the orcs? Can you eat them?
I mean, John could definitely eat them.
Yeah.
His character has.
Them.
I mean, you could probably eat them. Like I don't.
I'm gonna Google it.
I'll chop off 2 heads and I will carry the heads. And
Okay.
let's mosey on.
Yeah. I just don't want them hanging out as we walk up to these other people right now.
You don't need to hang them off my belt.
They'll be repelled.
I will wrap them in my cloak.
Okay.
Okay. Breaking game meta really quick, so I can discuss something with you guys. Is the path you're going is totally off track, and I have no idea where you're going with this one because I spent the last few days researching Orcish lore and building their camp. So if you skip the camp, I have no idea where you guys are going.
I want to go to the camp.
But they don't want to go to the camp, so I'm just letting you know, like, you're picking the path of under construction, and we'll do it, but I don't know what's going to happen.
No, I would rather us go to the camp than try to lie to the dude.
That's fine.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like this is totally a thing I want to, like I'm letting you guys know since we're all beginner here, but that's a common tactic, common thing. So I encourage off track because I need to get better at improv anyway. So, but I would be slightly upset because I literally just researched a bunch of Orcish shit. So I'm like, damn.
All right, let's go to the camp.
Not to railroad you guys too much, but to be fair, I think the guy would see. He'd see 4 orc nipples and be like, that's not nearly enough orc nipples.
It's true. Good point.
Yes. And he'd also be a little confused there.
Let's get some more nipples then.
It's the quest for the orcish nipples. Yeah, I wonder how many nipples are they? Are they like 2 nipples? Do they have like 6 nipples?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
They definitely have 6 nipples. I'm researching what orc meat tastes like right now.
I mean,
So far, the most upvoted comment is, you know that taste when you can auto-fellatio. Yeah, it tastes like that. There you go.
no metagame knowledge, Dio. You're going outside the game. You're reading the monster manuals of what orc flesh tastes
That's
like.
my lore.
Alright, let's move on.
So as you guys approach,
We're going into the camp.
so it's dark
Okay.
and rainy, and you guys are approaching stealthily. I'll have you guys. It's pretty easy to conceal yourself through the rain. You're keeping to like the trees. As you approach, you see at the outset of the crag carved into the mountain rock, you see 2 like hastily like shoddily constructed wooden guard towers.
Wooden guard towers, okay. Wooden guard towers.
It looks like they're a bunch of like logs kind of lashed together.
Can we see if there's anybody in the guard towers from here?
Whoever's looking, do a perception check.
I'm gonna look with my goat eyes. Perception check. That's under force. Wait, not under skills. Okay.
I did it.
Whoa.
Okay, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't
Alright.
use that one.
So the mole's looking up, and lightning cracks through the sky and temporarily blinds the mole as he was staring directly at it.
I rolled a 1.
Anybody else want to check?
No, you didn't. You rolled an
No,
11. I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why the fuck did it not show mine?
For this thing, I'll allow everyone. This is a thing everyone can kind of do a perception check. Some things I'll limit to how many people can try, but this one's pretty easy.
Man.
You guys are blind as shit.
Let me check.
Oh, there's Sarah.
Don't click my
Let
button.
Sprout do it.
Sprout. They're really counting on you.
Okay.
So while everyone else is just staring straight up into the sky as like raindrops just blind their eyes, Sprout's able to discern that there are 1 each of orcs just in the guard tower. They're trying to keep a lookout. They're like looking back around you guys, but as you guys are kind of shrouded in the dark and the rain, they just kind of keep squinting and looking around. And they're set up on either side of the craggy entrance into this cave.
Okay, so we're a little ways away, aren't we?
You're fair. I'd say you're probably like 100 feet away. So you're able to see them, but not try to reveal yourself. Yeah.
Shall we sneak over?
Yes. Let's sneak.
All right. If you guys are
Warg into your snake and slither up one of their pant legs.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit closer, and then I'll send my snake up the towers to see if there's anybody in there.
okay. Also remember you can deliver touch spells through your snake. That's
Okay.
your little thingy. So yeah, you guys can. I'll say the snake is pretty easy to. They're not going to keep a lookout for that, so you're able to. Dio's eyes milk over and kind of like just glaze. He goes blind. He can't see any of you guys, and then his eyes flicker to like the weird vision of a snake as he kind of cuts through the grass. And the snake. I'm tempted to do a dexterity check for the snake, but I feel like a snake could probably get up. So the snake's able to. Actually, I want to see that. What is a snake dexterity? Zen, we'll roll for the snake. Really quick, I want to see because it is raining. I feel like the snake would have some trouble getting up just the tower by itself.
Okay, dexterity. So is it my dexterity though?
It would be the snake's. So just roll a d20, and I'm going to look it up really quick.
Oh, okay. That like
Yeah, charm person. Derek is charm person.
wait, charm person.
Sprout as charm
I was just
person.
So the snake is having trouble, like because the guard tower is so kind of like tall and lash. There's like a ladder, but because it's raining, it's having a hard time. Being it's not like a giant boa constrictor, it can't seem to get up into the guard tower by itself.
Hmm.
Can I talk to a bird around the area to get a
What
better vantage?
bird would fly in the rain? Like, is there birds that commonly?
Birds are unbothered by rain.
I guess I have to
They
trust her
actually
expert
love to be out in
opinion.
the rain because that's when all the worms come out. So they're scavenging for worms right now.
And they can fly in the rain?
Mm-hmm.
I learned something. Alright, so I guess there's probably... Yeah, I would say that there's some like kind of like ravens hanging around doing stuff. Actually, Sprout, your specialty at level 2, because you picked... you're both druids, which is funny. Sprout, your druid specialty is speaking to animals, and Mole's specialty is turning into them. You can both kind of do it, but you specialize in different things.
Taylor, can you just summon your snake
So
anywhere?
You can summon your snake 30 feet in an unoccupied space. So if you got closer, you could probably summon it up, but then you'd risk being seen.
What if we just set the wooden chart towers on fire?
Yeah, I mean, it is raining. I would say it's difficult, but that if you want to try
I have
that.
the flame blade that I can just hold against the wood chart tower.
Should we see what's beyond the guard tower before we start just attacking them?
So we gotta get that bird out there.
Scout.
Yeah, let's get a bird out there.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make you do a animal handling check with disadvantage because it looks like birds do not like the rain. I googled your ass.
Actually, I don't know if they fly.
Googled your ass,
in the
yeah.
rain.
They like peck their little shit out, so I'm just like, you could convince
Yeah, they
one.
definitely are looking for.
So I would say if you wanted to talk to a, do you have an animal speech spell, Mole?
That's a good question. I don't think I do.
So you cannot actually Sprout. You are the one who's able to, for level 2 with your druid
I
circle.
do. I lied. I
Alright.
speak with animals.
You both would be able to then. Sprout, you can do it as a natural ability. Mole, you don't have to use a spell slot because you can just take 10 minutes speaking to it and then you're able to understand it.
Yeah, at a ritual.
So the orc just kind of...
Can we help each other and do
Yeah,
this?
yeah, so if you guys want to help, you can choose who rolls and then the other gives you advantage. So as this orc is looking out this guard tower squinting, he just hears from the distance like a... he thinks nothing of it. and you're able to kind of like call in a curious crow as it kind of lands. It's like cocking its head, looking at you, and it's kind of flicking between Sprout and Mole, looking to see.
What's your Sprout? What's your? Are you proficient in animal handling? Because I am not.
I feel like
Yes.
She is. Okay, you roll, and I'm helping you then.
okay. And
Okay.
you're gonna double the button.
So the Sprout, you can actually directly, no spell required, you just understand the speech of creatures and plants, actually. I think plants too. Or
So she doesn't
fairy
have to roll
creatures.
for it?
You'll have to roll to convince it, but you don't have to cast a spell or anything to understand it. So what are you trying to tell this crow?
To
I see her mouth moving, but I don't hear anything.
I don't think it's picking up your guys' voice over there.
Hello.
do I talk that way or do I talk
There we
this
go.
way?
I think you're just talking to stuff in general.
Maybe more volume. More
I like
oomph.
better when you're looking up. It looks like you're talking to us.
Yeah, there we go. Hello.
Well, we're scouting, so have it fly overhead and report back how many it sees, I guess.
So the crow actually is fairly intelligent, so
I don't know how linguistic crows are.
I would say they're fairly intelligent. So I'm going to say it's going to look at you and it's going to be like, "You want me to fly in this rain?"
Pretty
Okay, Mole is gathering a
It's
bunch
like-
of worms, and I'm
Bribery.
offering him
Crows do like
worms.
shiny things too.
All right, I'm going to have you do.
Yeah, y'all got shiny things.
Yeah, if you look for worms in the rain, I'm going to have you do a quick survival check to see what you
Oh,
find.
what?
Survival check or nature, your choice.
No, survival.
All right.
I'm proficient.
And then,
in survival.
quick side note: if I ask for a check and you guys think a check might fit better, you can totally make a case for switching a check. Like you could do a strength intimidation check, or you could do a like intelligence survival. Like if you want to mix and match the skills, if you make a good case for it. But I'd say it's a pretty fucking strong roll there. So Moles actually comes up like quickly. He actually is like just digging, like it's nothing. It's natural to him, and he comes up fistfuls of worms.
Mm.
So yeah, the crow's looking at it, it's like, okay,
Keep talking.
I'm interested.
So do I need to do my roll for animal handling?
Yes, you can do it with advantage, so you roll twice, and I will say, with the offering of worms, we're going to add a +2 to whatever the roll is. So you get to roll twice and add +2 to the highest number. Oh, that's pretty strong.
Do I do it again?
Go ahead, we'll just see.
For fun.
For funsies, let's see if you hit higher. Alright, we'll take the first number. So, you're actually... The other characters are kind of looking at you. Mole's nodding along, like, okay. And everyone else is just looking at you as you squawk back and forth with this crow. And, but in your language, you're understanding it. You're making a complicated deal. It's almost like a little lawyer. It's like trying to like get the most out of it. But you convince it to fly up and just kind of scope it out. It's disgruntled. It doesn't really like doing it because the rain's strong, but it agrees to do a quick little reconnaissance. And where are you trying to get it? Just the guard towers, or did you want to have it go further?
As far beyond the guard towers as I can get it, I suppose. Make a big loop
Okay.
and come back.
And I'd say with that check, fairly high. So, yeah. So you see as the crow just kind of takes off, and then about 10 minutes or so pass, and it kind of like comes back. And as it lands, and it kind of reports back to you, and crow's being intelligent, it kind of gives you like a little bit of a breakdown. And it's like, so yeah, there's 2 orcs in the guard towers, 1 in each, and then like right around in the crag, it makes a curve, and then immediately there's a cave. And it didn't go very deep into the cave. It's well lit because it knows that, like, it's seen kind of the orcs around there, and they don't take too kindly to things like flying around its area. So they don't. Orcs are, they're like, they'll eat anything. And but it did see like at the start, a skeleton of something it didn't recognize hung over the cave entrance, as well as quickly beyond the cave door, it noticed a large fat one.
So there's a boss in the cave door.
Large fat one. Big, dumb, and ugly.
I asked the crow, are you secretly a goblin? You sound just like goblins.
Maybe goblins sound like crows.
Oh, get shit on, Bull.
Point. Alright.
But there's only so many squawky voices a DM can do.
There's a million.
I'm not Matt Mercer, damn it.
You are.
How many goblins are? How many? What are we fighting? How many orcs are there at the tower?
2.
One each.
Yeah, 1 in each tower, and then it noticed a little further beyond, near the entrance of this cave, inside of it was a large fat one.
A skeleton of something?
Yeah, a skeleton of some sort that it didn't quite
So
recognize.
there's 3 total.
As far as it didn't fly
That's
further on.
hard.
It turned around after it saw the bigger one. So the cave goes further in, but it had stopped there.
Cool. Alright, so with that information, I think we should do something about those guards.
Can I climb a guard tower and assassinate one?
You could absolutely try.
I want to do that. I want to climb.
Alright, so if that's the plan, how are you guys, the rest of you, facilitating this plan? You guys any?
Ooh, can I turn into a large bowl and try to dig a big ass hole underneath the guard towers so that the guard towers collapse?
I also
You
have
could try
more
that.
earth.
Yeah, yeah, so I'd say you could try. She has Mold Earth as one of the spells.
Oh hell yeah!
So I would say-
Earth Tremor.
So I would
Or
say,
we could fuck shit up.
yeah, I'd say like Mold Earth typically is not good enough to dislodge a whole guard tower, but with this plan, like all in motion, you'd be able to, whatever you're trying to do, Mole, with advantage, you'd be able to, I would say, like her Earth Tremor would assist you in doing it.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then, so while they're doing that to one tower, what are you guys doing to the other one?
I am ascending it.
All right, and
That's
Dio,
so
what's your plan?
So they're knocking down the other tower.
Yeah, the 2 druids are trying to knock over. Man, this like druid team up is pretty cool. But you're able.
We don't even need the other 2.
They're trying to knock over one of the towers, and then I think Vazooks, while the other one is being knocked over, is trying to ascend the right-hand tower.
Warg into your snake and ride up the tower with me.
You can't.
Well, I'm just gonna distract. I can distract the orc who's in the tower, or I can distract both of them probably. So I can just fire my snake into the air. So if I cast Fairy Fire on my own snake, it'll make him glow. But does that go away when he disappears and comes back?
It probably would, because he kind of like loses his stat effects. Also, I feel like
Yeah.
you really like burning your spell slots, man.
Well, it's only my one spell. Do you think I shouldn't do that? Probably.
Well, I'm not gonna say. Like, I should probably pull
Well,
back.
I could
That's
use-
a mistake
Did
of mine.
say you insinuated.
I'm just saying you have one. You used one earlier in the last orc fight. You have 3 total. So 3 total, the entire thing. 3 spells.
I could use Minor Illusion instead. That's a cantrip. Can I have my illusion float in the air, or does it have to be sitting on the ground?
Nope, it can float. It can be projected within range, and it can look whatever you want as long as it's pretty simple, like static, and then within like a 5-foot cube. So it can't be too big. Yeah. So minor illusion.
Okay.
You can also make sounds and I think smells with it.
Okay. Oh, I can make sounds too. Cool. I can make smells.
I'm not sure about the smells, but
That's super relevant.
I know there's something that can make smells. There's another cantrip that can do smells. No, it's just sound or image.
Uh,
I think there's another spell that can do sounds, like another cantrip, or
wanna
do
do
smells.
Smells. Okay, I will back behind the tower in the opposite direction of where they're all at in front of the towers. I will cast an illusion that looks like a. So can the illusion move a little bit or no? It's gotta
Yeah,
be
you're able
really
to.
still.
I would say it can move a little bit. It can't be look like a full figure. Like it's minor. So on a static object, you can make look super detailed. If it's a moving object, it's not. It's like a GIF almost. Like it can't be super
Okay.
complicated.
I'm going to cast my minor illusion in a 5-foot cube to make it look like a little bone dragon that's like flapping its wings.
Okay.
Can I use ventriloquism? Is that a skill? Make noises out of its mouth?
It would be a. That would be another
Performance?
usage of your minor illusion. So I would say. Yeah, you could. I'd say you could try a performance check to where, because you can either make an image or make a sound, but you yourself could make a sound while you're doing it. So I could say you could do a performance check to see if you can make a sound.
I'm gonna try to I'm hiding under the towers while they're doing this, and I'm gonna try to ventriloquist make dragon noises. So I'm gonna do my performance check. Is that the right one? Yeah. Aha!
All right, you said you make a convincing dragon, at least a convincing baby dragon, and so they're kind of looking at this sound, and then you kind of hear them mutter and curse in Orcish, and then one of them kind of shouts out. None of you speak Orcish, by the way, right? None of you picked Orcish.
I don't think so.
All right, so no Orcish there. So you hear them kind of mutter and curse in Orcish, and then they're kind of just kind of pointing, kind of shouting to the other one, like looking at it, and so engage plan. I'll say they're currently distracted.
Cool.
Alright, I want to climb up my tower while that one's distracted. I want to cast Wrathful Smite on myself while I get up there. And while I was looking at that flapping dragon, I'm going to shove my fucking sword straight through its spine.
Okay. We're getting ahead of yourself there. Let's see. Are you heading right up the ladder itself, or are you trying to
Whatever
Okay.
direction he is watching Tyler's or Goatman's dragon, I'm climbing up the opposite side.
Okay. Well, for your climb, I'm gonna have to make you have a dexterity check to see if you climb it. Dexterity or athletics, your choice. But I would have to give you, if you're just doing it this way, it has to be disadvantaged because in the rain it would be slippery. If you want to just
doing
climb
what?
that. So I would ask a dexterity check, like acrobatics, or a strength athletics, your choice. But it would be with disadvantage currently because it's raining if you're trying to climb up the non-ladder side.
Sure. Well, kind of suck on both of those. So I'll take a dexterity check.
Okay.
Yeah?
Ooh. Oh. So I'd say that you're even trying to get up the first one. The rain is slippery, and it's kind of you're sliding off of it as you're trying to climb up the wood of the second tower. And the guard has actually, it's now I'd say do a quick stealth check because I'd say you're making some sound there. And while he's doing that on the first tower, we'll say that Sprout did Earth Tremor because she left there. Mole, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure I'm doing the no, mine is Earth Tremor.
I'm proficient.
Hers is Mold Earth or something.
But are you transforming? Are you casting a spell, or are you transforming into a mole?
Well, if I transform into an animal, will that give me a better chance of knocking it down, or do you think, or will Earth Tremor be enough? Also, when I transform into an animal, does that last for a while? Because if we're gonna fight that big orc thing, I want to wait until we're.
It does last. It lasts half your. It would last for 1 hour. I think it's half your druid level in hours. So it lasts for a while there. I would say that Earth Tremor itself, because it just kind of makes the earth rumble a bit. So you guys could try. I think either could work. I'm not sure which one would have a better advantage there.
Well then, yeah, I'll just do that one.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No.
You have advantage because the other one. So.
God bless. Oh, God bless.
Okay, I would say it's with. Trying to think what we were to add there. Because it's probably like an Arcana check. Whenever you try to do a spell in a weird way, I think that's an Arcana check. Which I don't think you're proficient in. But
I don't believe so.
I think we could add your intelligence. I rolled 20's being weird. There we go. Okay, we'll say also with the mud. It's like the tower's kind of already on a little shaky ground. So you and Sprout actually are going to either side, and she's kind of like making the earth softer. Like it goes from being mud in the rain to almost being quicksand-like. And then you're making it all rumble, which makes it the ground in one tower starts to vibrate and almost like ripple like a puddle, and the tower in the other one starts to like careen a little around, and the orc guard is like holding on as it's going one way, and then he like goes the other way, and the orc from the first one, like he turned to the sound of Azuk trying to climb, slipping on the rain, but now he's looking at his friend over there. Just the tower is coming down, so he's actually trying to get out of the tower now. He's like, what the fuck? So he's starting to climb down the tower.
Oh, I assassinated him while he's climbing down.
All right, so you'll ready an action of, I think you said Wrathful Smite.
Yes.
All right. So we'll say he sees you because he did not get your stealth check was pretty poor. So we'll say as he sees you, you don't get an advantage on it. So as you come in, it's kind of like a contest of wills. So you and him engage. As he climbs down, he spots you having stopped, and you kind of like are coming at him as he's climbing down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Cue Pokemon grass music.
yeah, we'll say that the other one still hasn't. So I'm not going to make it a full combat roll initiative. I think at this point with just them. So it's kind of like you and him, because the others are kind of far away. Like once they engage, we can throw them in here. But I'll say both of you get kind of like a mono-y-mono. You're going. So you kind of like are you just like running in right with the Wrathful Smite?
Yes, I cast that right away.
He sees you and he just kind of like lets out a bellowing roar and starts to just run. Like he almost like jumps off. He actually does jump off. He jumps off the tall thing. He takes 2 points of damage from just landing hard, but then gets back immediately and starts charging you like no give a shit. All right, so do your Wrathful Smite, and he's gonna swing his. You kind of like clash at the same time.
Wrathful Smite. Oh, goodness.
I didn't see it. Was it sad?
I haven't cast it. Isn't there like a cast skill on the skill? Or like a roll?
I think it's just your normal attack roll, and it says it adds some damage to it. There might be a way to set that stuff up, but I'm not an expert on programming shit with Roll20. Oh, shit.
Don't laugh before I even roll.
No, I'm rolling for the orc, so...
No.
We'll just see what that does.
Oh, shit. So he did a max damage roll, so this is going to hurt for both of you. So
Good.
Oh, no.
you just collide, like you and him are both charging, like roaring, and Wrathful Smite doesn't have a secondary ability, like a secondary effect.
Yes, it does. If the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me until the spell ends.
Dog.
Okay. So I'll have it do a wisdom saving throw.
Exactly.
Oh, it fails that.
Can I
and-
cast a cantrip from down here?
Yes, you can end that. Well, we're getting into combat, so we'll say that this interaction...
Oh, man. No.
Vazooks, I'm going to have you roll initiative really quick. Because this determines whether or not he hits you first or you hit him first. Because if you hit him first, that'll determine whether or not he can even strike you back. I'm trying to get...
I attempted to use a roll command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
Yeah, so you have to kind of... I'll drag your guys on the map. You have to shift double-click your dude. It just, when you roll initiative, it does initiative for whatever token you're currently highlighting. So we're going to grab you guys, drag you in here.
Shift, double click. Gotcha.
I was saying, as you guys are colliding, the guard tower, the other one actually...
That's what I rolled.
Oh, I saw the first one, my friend. So he actually collides before you. So as he runs in with his great axe, he rolled max damage on that fucker. It's 15 damage with his great axe. He just charges in, and you both almost like he hits you as you hit him, and he just like crashes in with his great axe, almost as like just two forces colliding. And as your Wrathful Smite strikes him, it does that extra. It does an extra 1d6. So I'll roll for you 1d6. So you add 5 to it. What is the orc's HP?
I had 5 to his 15.
You add 5 to that 15, yeah, because you didn't add in the Wrathful Smite yet, right? No, he just did a normal attack. You rolled max damage as well. So you kill him. So as he smashes you with his great axe, your counter attack, like you're both just roaring into each other, and like he just kind of collapses down. But his great axe kind of like pulls out, and you are clearly wounded. That was 15 damage on your end. Make sure to mark it down.
Oh, they said I add 5 to it.
You had 5 to your attack to his, which was 16 damage. He did 15 damage to you.
Gotcha.
He rolled a 12 on his great axe. So the other tower actually, while this is happening, while they just kind of collide and crash, the other tower falls over, and then the orc falling like from the max height of like the 30 feet tall guard tower, he kind of like tumbles out of it, and he lands, and I rolled 10 damage on him. So he like lands and kind of rolls, and is kind of disoriented. And you guys, and I'll say that he's kind of like getting, so you guys have a opportunity attack here because he's he's winded at least.
Shillelagh.
All right, yeah, Shillelagh him then. Shillelagh.
I'm confused. I'm still confused about how you attack with a spell.
Spells we're just gonna, like, you just read. That's just for reference. I don't think we have special things. Like, so Shillelagh, I think under weapons we have, under weapons we have Shillelagh written down, so you can roll that way. But the spells, it'll just usually say, like, how much dice to roll, and we'll roll it that way.
Yeah. No, wait, no, it's wrong. That's bad.
That doesn't hit, no. So he's able to, as he like kind of sees you coming, he's like winded, but he sees you just kind of run in with your staff all glowy, smack it down. He's able to like roll out of the way quickly. Mole and Dio, you have one opportunity before he's able to counter.
I'm gonna go ahead and try poison spray.
Okay. Yeah, do your poison spray. Dio, what are you trying?
Can I cast Vicious Mockery on...
Yeah,
None of the orcs dead yet, right?
One is dead. One.
Okay.
English.
Yeah, both Vazooks and the orc rolled maximum damage on each other and just boom.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the remaining orc.
Okay, he does a Wisdom saving throw. You roll a d4.
Shane, my poison spray.
He does make the Wisdom save. He might have a reduction to it.
Yeah.
No, so he makes a save, so you don't roll for a Wisdom saving throw, and that's a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he nat 20s that. So like he doesn't.
What?
He's enraged as he's kind of like rolling and getting back up as your cantrips are kind of like gliding off him. The vicious mockery, he just shakes his head and gives no shits
He
about.
doesn't have a nose.
And the poison spray, it like hits him, but it's just he just doesn't care as it's like kind of biting into his skin. And so he gets one counterattack then. And who is closer to him? Sprout, you tried to shillelagh him. So he gets up, and like as he kind of gets to his feet and pulls his giant great axe, he lets out another bellowing roar and runs at you. And you're able to step to the side and kind of deflect it with your shillelagh staff. It's actually, the axe bites into the shillelagh staff, but it like holds as it's magically enhanced and it deflects off. And it slams into the muddy earth and gets stuck a little bit. And you guys are able to act again.
So we're like hand to hand now.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother rolling initiative on this one because we'll just kind of go in this turn order. But he failed his attack, so back to you, Sprout, as you've just deflected the orc great axe off of you.
And his is stuck in the mud.
Yeah, he's like trying to get it unstuck now.
Can I punch him in the nose?
You could. Shillelagh would do more damage.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
You could shillelagh him in the nose.
I'll just...
Alright, you do another shillelagh attack.
Is shillelagh a cantrip?
It's a fucking... Shillelagh's busted.
What is it?
It turns your stick, like if you have a walking stick, into a D8 magic weapon that uses your wisdom instead of your strength.
That's nice.
It's nice. It's
Yeah,
very
that
nice.
should hit.
That
should
hits
hit.
fucking hits. So yeah, how do you want to do this, Sarah? You shillelagh him in the nose, but you can take it from there. This guy did.
I say the word spy and then I'm writing up. Okay, so it deflected off. His axe like went down.
Yeah, his axe like deflected into the mud. He was trying to get it up, and you said you shillelagh'd him in the nose.
Bring it back up. And just like backing.
So there's like a spray of orc blood and teeth, and his head actually whips and cracks, and then he like falls back. And to both of those guys,
Can
There
I
was-
him the lizard man does?
yeah, you guys can loot. They both have great axes, kind of like orcish great axes. And they don't seem to carry, like, you actually find kind of like necklace made of elf ears on one of them. But they don't seem to carry anything that you would find of typical material value. They seem to just kind of like, their treasures are more grisly and not no merchant would want this string of elf ears, but the orcs seem to really enjoy them. At least these guys here.
I would like to rip off the necklace of ears that Maya is wearing and throw it to Goatman.
I will catch it.
All right, you have a necklace of elf ears now.
Wear it proudly.
I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, they're dressed kind of simply. They have like kind of like leathery garb armor. They just have their axe, and other than that, you find like kind of a pack of some food, and then like a little bag of teeth and like the necklace of ears.
How strong is that axe? Can I take that axe?
You can take it. I think it's a. I don't know if you're good with an axe, but it's a two-handed 2d6 rolling axe.
That's cool.
No, this one. It's 1d12. Yeah, so the axe is 1d12, so it's a 1d12.
Oh, that's my axe. And I want
Okay,
that.
you can use it. I'm just saying, if you're not good at axes, then you don't get a bonus to the roll, and it uses your strength. So you can use it. I'm just saying, like,
I think my strength is good, isn't it?
it might be.
My strength is okay. It's a 12.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it. I'm just saying, it's like if you use weapons you're not proficient with, like it doesn't mean you can't use them. It just means like,
I don't have any weapons, and I want that axe.
all right, you got a
Oh, I have
max.
a walking stick.
But unless you take
Also
shillelagh,
uses my
it's
strength.
yeah. Unless you use shillelagh, walking stick's probably not as good. Although you might be +2. Basically, the axe gets. You don't get a +2 roll on everything else you're proficient with. You get +2.
I don't need a +2.
You don't need a
It's
+2. It's a whacker schmacker.
2d6.
That's 1d12. Sorry, I was
Even better.
yeah.
I'm gonna grab the bag of food.
Okay. So I'd say that you're
Also, yeah,
Yeah, it's just enough for kind of like the two. It's a healthy amount of rations, kind of like. Just looks like kind of seared. It's like charred. It's not cooked with any sort of subtlety or taste. It's just charred meat.
Okay. I'm gonna put well done ration.
Well done rations, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cut the orc sticks off and put them on my
Okay.
neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's the kind of campaign this is.
Aren't they really large?
I'd say they're pretty large. So you got two big old floppy orc dicks.
Yes.
Mole is very uncomfortable. His should be the only dick flapping.
You like position the loincloth a little. You look at him weird. That's some serial killer behavior right there. That's
Yeah, that is. It's like
wearing-
trophies.
Yes. I'm wearing a necklace of orc ears and sticks.
So as you guys, the towers collapsed. It made quite a bit of noise coming down, and so the entrance is now open.
Entrance. Oh.
You mean to the
It's-
cave?
To the cave.
Does the cave entrance look lit? Like,
There would be light. Yeah, it's kind of well lit. If you turn the corner, because it's kind of like, as the crow said, it's angled, kind of like it goes in and then angled a little bit to the cave, so you don't see the entrance directly, like as you're walking in. It's kind of like a winding crag path.
I want to go up to the corner and stick my snake out to the side, have him like right angle around the corner, and I'm gonna look through his eyes, see what's
Okay.
over there.
So you see a hulking, doesn't even look like an orc. It is 10 feet tall, just flabby muscle, big ugly face, super simple kind of like loincloth and kind of like fur pelts wrapped around it. And it's groggily kind of like, because it was night when you guys came in, so it's like rubbing its eyes, being like, "What sound?" Well, this would be a good time. What sound?
I like that
Cool.
one.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good orc voice.
You do recognize it as not looking anything like the current orcs, like almost like it's a different species than these orcs.
That's not good. I'm going to unwarg and I'm gonna say I'm gonna whisper to you guys, like, there's a big, gigantic, ugly ass orc around the corner here.
It's been a while. Doesn't Sprout have some ability to like, or increased wisdom or intelligence or something where she just about?
Yeah, I think there's a spell you have called Guidance. Let me check if that's the one you picked. No, you Shillelagh Mold Earth. Level 1.
Does anybody remember if I've used Bardic Inspiration like last time? I'm pretty sure I didn't.
I don't think so.
On there.
It doesn't look like you have one of those. No, I don't think you took that one, because it would have been under your cantrips, I think, for that. Yeah, there's Wild Cunning. Oh, right now I'm thinking of... I don't remember if you used Bardic Inspirations or not.
I don't think I did.
More importantly, is anyone able to heal me? I have 6 HP left.
You also have your False Life ability, remember, Fazooks. You can... Like, that was your Warlock Invocation thing.
Life.
Yeah, where it's just you give yourself like a shield of HP, temporary HP. Basically, that's kind of like armor. And-
Here.
I also allow if one of you guys wants to use a medicine check. Because typically, when you do your short rests, you're able to roll that little dice to see if you heal. But if someone else is good at medicine, they could try a medicine check to let you roll that dice early. So it doesn't burn a spell slot, it's natural healing. But it requires a medicine check to see if you're good at it.
I think, team, what we should do is we need to lure this ogre man around into a trap so we can all gank him unexpectedly.
So I'm actually,
First.
as you guys do a really quick perception check for the snake. I want to see what it kind of saw, because it just peeked around the corner. What a roll! I haven't looked. Oh, that's pretty good. And it's wisdom's average. It's supposed to have like blind sight or something. So I don't know if snakes can see or not. For now, we'll say snakes can see a little bit. So what you guys can see as you kind of like look around the corner is that skeleton thing that the crow had mentioned. It's actually, it looks draconic, but much, much smaller. And it's a skeleton. It has like kind of like bat-like wings extended out, and it's kind of like just nailed into the top of the... Yeah, and I'll let people do nature checks actually really quick to see if they recognize what this thing is. So we can do a series like nature checks, history checks.
Can we do them all?
Let's see really quick. I'm just looking at all these. All right, we'll say we got 2 that kind of work there. So Mole's like, I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but I know this place is called Wavern Crag. And Zen, you actually recognize. You're like, I don't know where the fuck this place is, but I know that thing's a wyvern. So Mole.
But you know that thing's a what?
It's a wyvern. So Dio recognizes it. Mole, you know the kind of history of what this place was called, but you don't recognize the creature. But it was called Wyvern Tor, and it was known for having these. I guess you kind of put 2 together between the 2 of you. It was known for. It's kind of famous in the area. It was known for having a roosting wyvern, which is almost like a smaller dragon, more bestial, like not quite as intelligent, more animalistic. And as you can see from the skeleton, not nearly as big as what a normal dragon would be. But here you see the skeleton of one just nailed there. And what was the perception? Okay, the perception for the snake. You actually noticed behind this creature, the big 10-foot tall one, was a small cage with a small dragon-looking creature in it with a nest of smashed eggs behind it.
Oh.
And you can still hear this ogre kind of like rubbing its eyes. It's kind of stomping and getting up now. It's like,
what sound? Why wake up?
We should try to steal that little dragon and sell it.
No, I want to keep it as a pet.
There's a little dragon?
I want to eat it.
so
No.
you guys recognize... all right, recap. You guys had seen... This was called Wyvern Tor, and you, between the 2 of you, kind of figured out the history and understood the creature in front of you. It was... The skeleton belongs to a wyvern, which is like a smaller subclass of dragon. They're more like animals. They're not dragons wouldn't even consider them in the same like class, but smaller creatures looking at them kind of see the similarities. They're just giant flying lizards with like a stinger tail. And Dio's snake had spotted a smaller one caged behind this ogre with a series of smashed eggs sitting next to it.
Goldman,
Yes.
I am well versed in the ability of snakes to unhinge their jaws. Let's say your snake go swallow eggs and bring them back to us.
I don't think it's a small little snake. Like, that is a big ass egg.
These two snakes unhinge their jaws. I watched one in the cow.
He's like, I've seen nature documentaries. We're going. That's the problem. You guys keep throwing out animal facts that trying to challenge me on those. Maybe. With that nature check, you guys also would recognize the creature inside as an ogre. It's renowned for its just hunger, its brute strength, and its stupidity.
Oh, it's stupid. Good.
What if we all attacked it at the same time?
I could cast an illusion of some food somewhere, and then it will go after that. Then we can go steal a dragon.
You're wanting to avoid combat, Built-Man?
Always.
I like how you haven't been healed yet. You're sitting there like at 2 HP. You're like, I'm ready for more.
I'm always ready.
You are quite damaged, my skilled prince.
I have
Should,
breath in my lungs and strength in my veins.
I posted a dragon chart in the general chat.
Can I heal him?
With a medicine check like that?
Yeah.
I'll say he can roll 1. You can roll one of your. Are you proficient in medicine though?
No.
Okay. All right. So you don't get the benefit of adding your wisdom. If you were proficient, I'd let you add a little bit to it. Like if you took the skill into it. If you use those healing herbs, like if you decide to look for some of those,
Just
find
take
some.
sprouts instead. I think she's proficient in medicine.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Take hers then.
So Mole walks up and he's like, "Let me take a look at that." And he's like, he like pulls off his dirty loincloth to like bandage it. He's like licking his hands, like getting them clean, ready to help you out.
Okay, my roll was not that low. Relax.
No, it's funny. Yeah, so Sprout actually knows what she's doing. So she's able to kind of like bandage up your shoulder. So you can roll.
She comes up from behind me, and she like puts her arms over my arms and guides me to heal him properly.
It's like that ghost. The fucking
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
You're
what-
Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze. Okay, so what this medicine check does is basically you can get a little bit of a short rest. You can cheat a short rest and roll those hit dice. So you can use your natural healing now because they're helping you do a medicine check. So with that one,
Can she combine it with her cure wounds?
you can. It's just this only burns up instead of burning a spell slot. It just takes up. It basically lets you get some short rest healing in a very quick amount of time.
Before he does these rolls, can I cast Bardic Inspiration on everybody? I should have 4, I think.
You have 4, but they won't. I think they only last like a minute. So they're more like.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can use it as a bonus
What about
action.
John?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, you could. I don't think he can add it to his. Technically, if you use your Song of Healing, it's supposed to be during a short rest. You can play the Song of Healing, and he adds it onto his thing. So I'll let you do it during the medicine check, but notice you will be playing a song, and it will be loud.
Alright, I agree with Marissa. You need a different mic.
I do. It's cutting out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
it's going in and out.
All right. So
Can I play it quietly?
I will not say it will be audible if you play the Song of Healing.
What if okay, here.
The Bardic, I'd say her medicine check was strong enough to pass the difficulty. So her medicine check is good enough for him to roll some of those hit dice to heal. So like she doesn't really need a boost there. So you can roll some hit dice, John, if you use to heal. So Bazooks is a D8. So you roll an 8-sided die and add your Constitution, whatever you, and you can roll as many. You have 3 total. They're in your character sheet, so you can like.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna roll all 3?
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. I don't know if you need 3. So the first one was 4, 5, 6, 7, because you had 3 on each roll. So the first one's 7. The second one is 4, putting you at 11 HP healed, and the second one would heal you all up. So you're out of hit dice, but you're able to be patched up and you're ready to go on.
I am completely healed. Thank you.
And did you want to do your false life thing? It's quick. You can just make sure.
Yes.
So
I
that's
cast false life. Armor myself.
okay.
That is music that we can't listen to.
Ah.
in my head.
Wait. I lied. I'm sorry. You only had 2 hit dice. So the second one is cut off. So you get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 11. Sorry. So it's only 11 healing because you only had 2 dice to roll. At level 2, you have 2. So it's 11 HP. You're healed. If you use the false life, you roll an extra D4. So what's this plan that you guys are? What are you doing with this little cute little critter over there, big little ogre?
So I say we crouch down and hide here. I will cast a minor illusion of some sort of food because ogres like food. He's going to go after that, and then we run in there, snatch the mini dragon, and take off with it.
Can I communicate with it at this distance without being obvious?
I need to see if it counts as a... Because it might not count as like your typical... No, it's technically a dragon, so you're not able to speak. You're able to speak to like typical animals, but like creatures like the dragon, they speak something different.
I can speak Draconic.
If you can speak Draconic, you might be able to kind of like understand a little bit. Yeah, so if you can speak Draconic, like you'd be able to communicate a bit with it.
Tail friend, you know about lizards, right? Are lizard-like animals?
Well, your mildly racist statement is true. I
You
do
want
know.
to
So, hypothetically, we steal this little mini dragon. Could we cut off its tail and eat it, and then let it grow its tail back, and then we have an endless source of food?
Oh my god. Big brain!
Big brain. I did mention that its tail is a stinger, I think, when I was describing it.
That sounds gross.
You do also see deeper into the cave. Like, it's not just like that. Like the entry. There's like, it's not like the one little room. It's like the room with the ogre, and then there's further on.
Okay. How are we gonna even steal this dragon? Is it gonna bite us or sting us? Because it doesn't
I
have a
will
stinger.
talk to it as we get close to it.
I'll say that
I am
that they're
very
more.
persuasive.
I did mention that they are more wild and bestial than normal dragons. Like they're closer to animals than the intelligent bit.
How big is this dragon?
I'd say. I mean, I'm not sure how the biggest ones. So it's probably like your wingspan, like probably like bigger than a bald eagle. I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
bald eagles right up my alley.
Yeah. So I'd say it's like because it's sizable. I mean, a wyvern itself is pretty fucking big. So this one's probably bigger than a bald eagle size. Big old
Alright.
wingspan.
Comrades, best case scenario. We go in and I convince it to work with us. We have gained a dragon. Worst case scenario, it doesn't like that, and then we kill it and sell it.
Wouldn't the worst case scenario be it kicks our ass?
We will never lose. We have always won every fight ever. We don't lose.
Well, we have won every fight. You have gone down every fight.
I have single-handedly killed one of the guard towers in the last fight. Thank you.
Is there? So it's being kept there in a cage. Is there a way for us to like get the cage open and just release it on the ogre or distract the ogre?
You could certainly try that.
Okay. Alternatively, I've not used my sleep spell yet.
Oh,
So we could distract the ogre. Preferably, we would distract it and then put both the wyvern and the ogre to sleep.
Quick thing, remember that the sleep bases itself off of the HP of the creature. So remember, because you roll how much HP, so you're able
So
to
it's
put
lowest HP first, right?
lowest HP first, and then it's but if the creature exceeds the maximum sleep roll, then it doesn't do anything to the creature. So if it's a creature with a lot of HP, it's harder to put to sleep. But if there's like a lot of little creatures, they're really easy to put to sleep.
Okay, well, I could probably put the wyvern to sleep, I would guess. Just guessing. I don't know. But, Man, this, Okay. Let's
so if this thing's really stupid, what if you just cast an image of the exact wyvern and make it act like it's flying away? So the troll guy chases it away.
We could probably do that. I think it's going to be pretty easy to distract the ogre. I'm more concerned about it being distracted momentarily. We go in there, try to get this wyvern, it's an asshole, and then the ogre comes back.
I think you underestimate my ability and my charm.
You overestimate your charm.
We will be best friends after 3 seconds.
Why are we? I don't. I don't know why we're trying to grab this wyvern. Like, I mean, is this a bad idea?
You want to sell it. Sprout wants it to
Yeah.
be her pet. I want to eat it.
I mean, I'm just.
Well, what do you think? You haven't weighed in.
Now that we're going to get murdered.
Are you talking to me, Shane?
I was, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I was saying, what does Mole think? Mole hasn't weighed in yet.
I don't know. All of this is pretty wild.
If we befriend it, it
Can
lays.
Yeah, can we talk
It's
to it?
also
Because, like, Sprout can talk to them. It's technically an animal, isn't it?
So it's technically a dragon.
But a dragon is an animal.
So she can't speak. Vazus can speak Draconic, so I would say this is maybe the DM helping a little bit.
That would be the worst person to talk to it, though.
So I would say with a combination, like you might be able to do your animal handling in order to like soothe it, kind of like look non-threatening, if that's your intention. So you'd be able to try an animal handling. Vazux, I was mentioning it's not like a dragon, so it doesn't quite speak Draconic like a language, but he might be able to like lizardly communicate with it. So you might be able to teamwork effort, try to do some checks to see what you can do with that. And Dio was also talking about just sleeping it. Dio was just saying sleeping it as well as the other option.
Friend, dragon, good.
He's like comes up, he sets a sword on fire. He's like, "Rah!"
With our nature check, would we know how dumb wyverns are? Like, if it's really smart.
The one. Yeah, no, I did say it's more bestial. So it's more. It's like. It's not smart like a dragon. It's like a dumb dragon. So it's not intelligent to the point of language and culture.
Yeah. But we've talked to animals before.
Yeah. So her spell thingy doesn't work because it's not. It's more. Like it does specify just beasts, like normal animals. There's like a category for it, but I would say it would fall under animal handling check. So like she wouldn't be able to. She can't communicate distinctly with it. Vazux might be able to kind of like communicate a bit with it, because I would say it doesn't speak Draconic like a language, but it like I would assume Draconic evolved from somewhere, so it has like a primitive kind of like animal cries. I do not know about that one. Like maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if your snake has talked to anybody yet. No one's communicated with his snake.
It's not true. I mean, I talked to a snake a while ago. We're sitting around a fire.
Oh wait, no, we decided it speaks a Fey language, didn't we? It's technically a Fey.
Oh, it technically is a Fey. Actually, Sprout can speak Fairy. That's part of her thing. Her level 2, she can speak Fairy.
Nice.
Yeah, she can speak to fairy animals, and I think plants. She can like listen to fucking plants and shit. All right, have we voted on a plan of action? It's been much deliberation.
I just don't know where the plan ends. Like, so we're trying to take off without fighting the orc or the fucking ogre.
Always fight.
I would say that there's a further in path. So it's like the ogre is only the first room of this cave. You did see that with your snake.
But isn't he the biggest fucking ogre?
He's an ogre. He's not an orc. He's an entirely separate species.
Okay, so hold on. So there's more cave that we just realized that we can travel into.
I mean, I did say earlier. It's not like just this one thing sitting here.
This guy entirely,
avoid this guy and we'll travel farther in.
He is So he is guarding. That's the thing. He is the first chamber. Yeah, you can certainly try. You guys did see like a set of kind of. It's not just like a big open room. It's like because when you go inside, there's jagged bits of rock and kind of like a tiered platform.
So let's try to sneak past him and avoid this guy. And on the way back,
we try to distract him to run out of the cave long enough for us to like slip in, like make him think that it's flying away. Is
Yeah,
that
we can do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Can I move my image?
I'd say you can move your image. It looks like a
Okay.
gift to where I'm trying to learn how to run monsters better, and I think it's like the more intelligent the monster, the less your illusion works.
But this one's pretty dumb.
This one's dumb as shit. Like literally in their stat blocks, it says dumb as shit.
Let's pretend like the fucking commotion is still outside, so then he runs and checks it out, and we can slip right past him.
You can also do stuff to where I'm giving you a little more information, but there's stuff like you can insight check the monster, which is like you can kind of like study it a bit to understand like what's this guy about, what's his motives, kind of like.
What? You can study it a bit and what?
With an insight check, you can like. Well, that would be you have to study. I mean, that's pretty fucking high. So you would have to get a glimpse of it.
I'm proficient in insight.
Are you? That's pretty cool.
I am.
So, yeah, if you're wanting to get a look at this guy, you kind of watch as he's like grumbling, kind of like a big baby waking up, like rubbing his eyes, just very grumpy that he got woken up, and like you can kind of get the sense that he's hungry, he's greedy, like he's actually like he has like a little pouch next to his belt of like coins jingling, and yeah, so he's hungry, he's greedy, and he's stupid. And you can clearly hear him speaking, though. He's able to speak to you because he's not speaking to you. He's just complaining about being woken up. So he does speak language.
Just so we're aware of what we're up against, I posted a picture of an ogre in the Discord chat.
John, come click buttons.
Yeah.
The screen said very specifically, like all of the things are lined up.
I'm using Marissa's method for what she had last time.
Tell me where the.
John, I posted a picture of an ogre, so you know what it looks like.
God damn it. Why did I expect something else?
What are you doing in my swamp?
That's my Shrek.
Smart.
Yeah, Shrek would be quite an adventurer. Someone could roleplay. Someone want next. Okay, new rule: the first character that dies in the campaign has to reroll their character as Shrek.
I missed out again.
They are a half ogre knight.
So yeah, your mic cut out.
You cut out.
I'm buying a new mic, Marissa.
Marissa.
I'm buying a mic, Marissa.
Okay.
So
You better buy me one.
I'll take yours. I'll take yours.
Does your computer have a mic, Shane?
It does.
Yeah, but it's awful.
I think it's probably what it is. Let me try it.
Wait, why don't you try your headphones? You could use your headphones, couldn't you?
I could try those too. How's this? Is it better? Sounds better?
Yeah, it's not cutting out. It sounds as good as the other one, I think.
Damn. Alright, we'll try that. I'll just have to turn you guys up.
Well, I think the plan is I'm gonna cast my illusion and make it look like the Wyvern is flying away. Oh, I'm gonna make it look like the Wyvern is flying away with a big turkey leg in its hands. Double.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I guess we'll run in, briefly look at the Wyvern. If it looks too complicated, I say we just take off past it. Say fuck it.
Alright, roll it.
Alright.
You don't need to really roll for that one. You can maybe do a performance check if you wanted to like see how well you acted out. But basically, I did a intelligence saving throw for the ogre. It had a -2, so I rolled a 2 and it did -4. So this this ogre, goddamn this ogre. Yeah. So as you make this just image of this wyvern, kind of like this little one fly out. Where is it flying exactly? Where are you taking it?
It's just gonna fly away out of the cave, like away from like where we're at, but we need to like crouch back and stay.
Yes, because I'm like out of the cave, right where you guys are, because you guys are like right at the entrance of the cave.
I assume aren't we to one side of the cave entrance though?
Let me try to draw really quick. This is what I'm trying to.
Why is it?
I mean, we kind of talked about what we were going to do, so it's not like we're just going to stay out in the open.
Okay. It's kind of like that. This is how. This was the guard towers. This was your entrance. It kind of looks like cock and balls. Damn it. I did not intend to draw a penis. But look, see, it goes this way. And then here's the ogre room, kind of like this way. With like the cave entrance here going the other way. And there's like Ogre Man. And there is places to hide here. You could probably run out back towards the guard towers.
Okay. So run out behind the guard towers, you're saying? Can we do that?
Okay, and then, so as you guys run out there, I'm going to have you do stealth checks with advantage, because it's distracted.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So two, right?
Yeah, so each of you roll 2.
Well,
We'll take the highest.
well,
I'm doing it twice.
Wait, so stealth with advantage?
Yes, so you get another roll. Okay. Ooh, you guys make, so, as you guys kind of like scurry right in front of the image, you guys like make the image and are running and kind of hide behind these kind of like to the sides where the towers are. The little wyvern with a turkey leg tied to its leg flies out, and the ogre just kind of like immediately snaps onto it.
He's like, how you get out? How you get leg?
And it's just you hear just kind of like a foam, foam, foam as like the earth kind of rumbles as it's like chasing after this image of the wyvern, and the wyvern's like a little like 10 frames a second staticky. But it doesn't care. It's like running after this thing. It's just chasing it with big old baby arms coming after it.
nice.
And it runs right past you. And it's like running out to the clearing. It's like looking around in the rain. It can't see it.
Like, little bird took food.
So as it runs by, it's run past us, right?
It's past you guys. It's in the clearing where you guys were originally. Down this way.
I say we take off.
Also in the cave.
Yeah, we're gonna hustle into the cave. I am gonna run with my meaty goat legs and like parkour off the side of the wall into the cave.
Okay, roll a acrobatics check. That's acrobatics, yeah. Just real quick, just... Oh my god. Alright. So, as you guys just kind of, you're hustling in, you're hurrying in, he's like just doing some Sonic shit where he's like running, like... It's full on Naruto, he has chi in his hooves. And he like...
Yes.
So he Alright, you guys run past, you enter the room where the ogre was, and you see the small caged wyvern, along with a few eggs that were like, some of them are smashed in this little like nest to the side, and you see a entryway to the north, like as the cave leads a little further down.
I want to try to talk to the wyvern.
Does one of the eggs fit in my barrel? Are they that big?
They're not that big. You could put an egg in there. Most of them.
I want to put an egg in my barrel.
Don't take it until I talk to the wyvern.
I'm putting an egg in my
You're gonna piss you off because you're taking his fucking brother's corpse or something.
I'm gonna do a luck roll because I did say most of them were smashed. I'm gonna see if there's some unsmashed ones. Okay, you find an unsmashed egg.
Woo! I got a big wyvern.
And so what are you doing with the one that's in the cage?
I go up to it and I say, Ogre bad.
It kind of like, it looks at you, and it seems to kind of understand the Draconic language you're speaking, and it kind of replies in kind of like it's not like language, it's like hissing, and it's kind of a screechy thing. You get the sense, so the sense that you get from it, though, is, it just keeps repeating the Draconic word for mother.
Oh my god, it's a baby.
It's big. Can
I
I do animal handling or something?
You could try one. It's still in the cage.
We gotta find this.
I want to send mother back to it. I would project mother back to it, and then start letting it out again. Oh my god.
Okay.
No.
Who's doing the animal handling check?
I'm not proficient in animal handling.
Can I assist Sprout in the animal handling?
Are you? Did you?
Oh no.
Okay. I'm taking that into account, but let's see what Sprout says.
If I assist her, that means she gets advantage.
I only allow you to assist in this one if you are proficient in animal handling.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because Stormbless does it because he's trying to talk to it.
Oh, Lord.
So it retreats back to the cage and it's kind of hissing at you guys. Like it's not. It sees Vazooks and
Can I do insight on this wyvern?
yeah, you could try to see like
Oh my fucking god. I'm proficient though.
you are. That's why you have +5 to your shitty roll.
And Zeus use intimidation.
So it's just kind of like you get the sense that it's retreated back to its cage as it's kind of seems frightened of you guys, and it's the last thing you've heard from it kind of is just it's projecting the idea of mother, and it seems kind of like with that insight check, you just kind of get the sense of sadness from it, sadness and confusion.
Roll survival and convince it that it will die if it's in my cage.
I mean, okay, try it. He's rolling a survival check.
Basically,
So you communicate to it that so if it stays in the cage,
will die if it stays in the cage.
Why you're literally gonna freak it out?
It's a baby.
so it
Like it has no way out of the cage. You're telling it you're gonna fucking die. What are you doing?
With friends.
I will say with those rolls, so if you've unlocked the cage, it flies out and it flies away from you guys.
Yeah, oh well. I'll find you later someday.
Hey guys, you have an egg. Alright. Daddy Moore.
Win-win.
This egg, okay?
Win-win.
Nice.
This is the
So that's
egg
maybe a dragon rider. I don't mind my dragon doing it.
Can I send life in this egg?
Can you sense life in the egg? You like put it, there's like a little like boom, boom, like a little heartbeat. Do eggs have heartbeats? I don't know.
I don't know.
I snapped twin into this insight, Shane. Do I sense my life in this egg?
Okay, there's life in the egg.
Ooh!
My God.
I sit on top of the egg.
You could turn into a giant chicken with your.
Oh my god.
I like how she's gonna burn her wild shapes, her limited resource. So,
This is my egg. I have to protect.
so you guys, I will say with the roll there's the rest of them are kind of either it looks hatched or smashed. That was like a smaller egg that was tucked away. What's that?
I want to get shell pieces and put them in my backpack.
Okay, you can gather some broken shells.
You get salmonella.
I turned to Sprout. I'll tell her. This baby will need a mother. I need you to father. Keep it. I need you to mother.
Next to your I will be its mother.
Oh, deal. We discussed that earlier. That we're supple like my mother.
Yes.
Isn't that my title now, Shane? Do I have a title?
I think it was like Dio the Supple.
Yes.
Where do I put my title?
In your name, I guess.
Or is it my bio?
Okay, we move on.
So as you guys approach, kind of like you're seeing a descending, like the cave entrance. How are you guys traveling here?
Stealthily.
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay.
At all times, forever.
All right.
Forever Sprout.
Okay, I will make you roll again. So quick, no advantage on this time. So everyone do a quick stealth roll.
Why don't we have advantage?
Because before you were trying to sneak past something that was distracted. Now you're just trying to be stealthy. And Sprout doesn't have, but later on I'm going to make you guys do the secret rolls. But since Sprout doesn't have one.
We're detective, guys.
Roll for stealth.
So hard right now. Do
Do we get advantage?
No, there's no advantage on this one.
Sprout and I just stepped on our feet.
So as you guys are going descending down this tunnel, you're hearing like the sounds of like fighting. It sounds like. So you hear the sounds of kind of like grunting and just muscle slamming against muscle, and you see this kind of like a living quarters, and you see like I think 6 orcs are around this kind of central campfire. As they're kind of like, some of them are eating, some of them you see 2 of them that are wrestling in like this pit area off to the side. And then as you guys come down, like Sprout and Mole are they're just loudly being giddy about this egg that they found.
Oh my god.
So they can't contain their excitement. So the orcs actually whip around, and then they spot you, and then they immediately, like not even a hesitancy, start charging at you.
I passed my stealth.
You did pass your stealth check, so usually there's a party stealth check, but I'll say that they see Mole and Sprout, and you guys, I'd say, were hanging back around the corner, so they're charging at Mole and Sprout on the front lines then.
That's not good.
The egg.
And this one is an initiative, so you guys do that really quick.
Initiative.
Okay. Can you put my icon on?
Oh yeah, I think you guys might be able to do it on yourself.
How do I do that?
On the second tab on the top right, you can find your character and just drag and drop.
Oh, okay. How do I make it bigger?
Once you do that,
Why are there 3 moles? Please stop.
are there 3 moles?
There are 4 moles.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Oh, I see them there. I'm zoomed in really far.
I only put in one, so I don't know what. Okay. Yeah, how do we make it bigger?
I think you can just click and drag. So click your icon, and then there's like a little arrow. I don't know if you guys can do it.
No, I can't. I can only move it.
'22, baby! First out the gate!
Nice.
Dang, we all rolled really high.
Dang, well, there's Mole.
Don't do this up, Dio.
And there's 2 sprouts, so I have to get rid of one of the sprouts.
Play by ear.
Okay, so I will say the only one that truly passed their stealth check was Dio. Vazooks, your 12 wasn't enough there. So Dio, basically how this is going to work is at any time you can interrupt, like an instant in Magic. You can just say you jump out and do your action, and it's like a free action. So you get a free action at any point you want to jump out and do it.
I rolled a 22.
With stealth, you rolled a 12.
What?
Oh no, you rolled a 12. Dio rolled a 22.
No, but you rolled 22 in this.
Yeah, so I'm just saying this is for the stealth roll because Dio is hidden. You guys are not. You guys are spotted. So with these orcs, so you have the first opportunity to attack. They're charging at you. Like what you see is like they've spotted you, and there's not a hesitancy. They're coming.
Yes. Okay. Sounds.
And like the 2 that were wrestling don't have. So I think I said there was 6 of them. So there's 4 of them that were kind of like around the campfire. They took a moment to get up. There's 2 of them that were kind of like standing more attentive. So they're coming at you, weapons ready. And then the 2 in the fighting pits didn't have any weapons. They were kind of like unarmored, just kind of like wrestling, so they don't have like any weapons right now. So they're just kind of like running at you. So you all have an action. And Dio, you're first, so you can get 2 turns if you want, or you can stay hidden and wait to do your thing.
If I were to cast like Vicious Mockery, for instance, does that mean I'm unstealth?
I think it would reveal you because it's a sound-based thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Ooh. I can attach it to my snake, though, can't I?
Yeah, if your snake goes in, I would say your snake... Basically, your snake can deliver touch spells, so if you have a spell that touches something, it's like coming from your snake. And I would say that might not reveal you, yeah.
So can I attach Vicious Mockery to it and have my snake throw gold at the...
I don't think so, just for the sake of... Like, I don't think that's in the rules, and that would allow you to just basically do infinite shit from stealth. So... Yeah.
Okay. I can cast Minor Illusion. That sounds good. Let's see. I will cast... The Orchard is dumb as ogres, but I will cast a Minor Illusion of the Wyvern in front of them.
Okay, you cast it in front of them?
As a distraction.
Okay. Take an intelligence saving throw. So they are not actually distracted. They just like are laser focused on you. They seem to be like of a one-track mind. But as your Wyvern flies in, you actually hear the caw of another one behind you, and the little one has flown in and is chasing the illusion.
Oh my god.
My friends are back!
And okay, so your minor illusion, that was your bonus turn. So Dio, you're...
When I see the Wyvern, can I alter the illusion, or...
To what? What would you try to alter it to?
Can I make it look like it's like... hurt? Mother?
Yeah, you could probably make it look like it's hurt. It wouldn't look like the mother, because the mother's really fucking big, so...
Okay, well, I want to make it look like there's like an orc axe in the Wyvern.
Oh shit.
Yes. I will pat this bug up.
Okay, so you see as like the illusion just kind of like starts to spiral down and then like land into the dirt, and it looked as if it was kind of like hit by something from the orcs.
Okay. Cool.
And so that was your bonus turn, Dio. You have a normal action now.
Oh.
Yeah, because now you're first in initiative, you have just like a normal action you can do.
Okay. I will do another thing. This is Whispers. Servant. Are there around a fire, right?
There's a fire around, yeah. It's like a big central campfire. And you see like tents around. There's still like the craggy outcroppings of the natural cave formation with like there's elevation and kind of like just cover spots you see around. There's also simple like sleeping areas, kind of where these guys were making an area, some food mess. And you see where some of their weapons were like kind of off to the side. It looks like the 2 that were charging you forgot about the weapons and they're just coming at you like instantly.
Okay. I might as well. I'll fire my crossbow at that one.
Okay, and I'll say this reveals you have advantage on the crossbow attack. So roll twice.
It's actually short.
Okay.
Okay, so...
And which one are you shooting at?
Whichever one's closest, I guess.
Alright, I want to try something really quick. It's a little tip I read. So whichever one you're shooting at, make a description really quick of what you think this orc would look like.
What I think what?
You get to kind of describe, because it's generic orc number 1. So what do you see as you look into generic orc number 1? Think of one like quick off the top feature of just something descriptive about it.
Okay. He is an orc, and he's like in a loincloth, and he's got like gigantic ears, and big hoop earring.
Okay, so this guy is like simply dressed with a loincloth, and he has like bigger ears than all the rest with like a big hoop earring, kind of like with an elf ear attached. So it's into his ear with another elf ear on his earring. And he's coming at you, and he has his axe because he was one of the first there, so he's coming at you with it, and you do your short bow attack. The second one, okay, it wasn't a nat 20, right? It was just a 14. Okay, so yeah, the second one hits.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I did roll the dice twice. I rolled 2d6.
Yeah, so we're going to do the damage of the first one, because we always take the damage of the first. The second one is just for your attack. So you hit him for 10. So you were actually, yeah, I didn't want you twice with the advantage. So as you kind of like pop out, you're now seen from like behind the cover, and your little short bow just kind of whizzes through the air and catches this guy in the shoulder, throws him off a little bit, but he's still coming. Like the pain just seems to make him roar louder. Just Sprout, it's your action. What are you doing?
Oh.
And remember, you also have your thing where you can turn into animals. Like you can turn into a wolf. You could turn into like anything wolf size or smaller. And you would actually take like the stats of a wolf and like fight like a wolf.
Can I be like bobcat? It's like the size of a wolf.
Yeah.
Become a waver.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to use the stats of a panther, but you can totally turn into a bobcat. Yeah. So that's a bonus action, so you would shift into a panther and you can still act as the panther.
Okay.
And the panther fights with either its bite or its claw. And it actually has a special ability where if you run 20 feet in a straight line towards a creature and then hit it with a claw attack on the same turn, you can knock it down.
Can I do that to the one that was in your shoulder?
Yeah, I'd say that you have enough space.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see Sprout just like, she starts running and mid-stride, she anamorphs into a black panther and just running. And it like lunges at the orc that had the big hoop earring orc. And so Sprout, roll a d20. And we add +4 to it from the panther. So as you like lunge at it, it kind of like knocks you. Your teeth kind of like lock into its axe, and it shakes you off. And you kind of like roll to the side and get back up, and then it keeps coming. Mole, it's your action.
I want to use my big axe.
All right, so Mole, this little short dwarf, is holding this big ass axe. It's plus your strength. That still doesn't hit.
Are you sure?
Wait, maybe. What's your strength?
+1.
No, it doesn't hit. So Mole just kind of picks up. It's still unwieldy. This axe is a little too big for him, and he kind of makes this giant ass swing. You can tell he's not used to holding weapons this big, and he kind of like stumbles with it.
Can I use like a bonus action to steady myself to try to get advantage? Yeah, the axe.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a thing.
Why?
Because then you can just steady yourself whenever you want to get advantage on stuff.
What if I...
If you can think of like, if you can set yourself up next turn or something, like if you want to get high ground or do something like that.
Alright, well I just... moving on.
So as she kind of like pirouettes swinging this big axe, and the orc kind of like stumbles out of the way, looking concerned at this whirly gig of a top of this dwarf with an axe. And then it's both orcs' turns. Because they have...
What? What the fuck do I get to do anything?
Well, the orcs' initiative is 11. So actually, no, you get first.
Wow, you gave my turn.
Almost did. I mean, you only had one extra, so your go, Bazooks.
Is my fucking armor still on? What it's called?
Yeah, I'd say you have your false life still.
Okay, I want to attack the one that Goatman hit with my Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
If it's missing any of its health, it instead takes 1d12 damage.
It does a wisdom saving throw, right? Is it wisdom?
Target must succeed on wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 damage.
Roll your d12 because it's wounded. And it did not succeed. Alright, so it takes 5. And it actually keels over. The one with the hoop earring, just mid-stride as it's running towards you, like the toll of the bell pulls its soul from its body, and it just like collapses mid-stride and like skids in the dirt. And now all of them come up. Who's first? Mole and Sprout had run up closer. So they're going to make a series of attacks. So the two that were unarmored, the ones that were like wrestling before, they make like a dive. Like they're coming in and they try to grab Mole. Like one tries to grab Mole, one tries to go for the Panther, and they're trying to make grapple checks. So you guys roll your strength. Do a strength saving throw really quick.
Strike.
It's on your core stats. It might be in a different spot than you used to. So if you see the character sheet core stats, and then it's a little button next to the core stats there. So as these orcs are trying to like grapple you, they're like lunging, and you're able to like they're not used to handling a panther or a bobcat, and the dwarf is spinning with his axe still, so they can't quite get at him. Frustrated, they roar and growl, and they use their bonus action to use their special ability, and they run again towards another target, and they try to get close to. They run to the back next to the Vazooks and Dio, and you guys get to make opportunity attacks, Mole and Sprout, as they try to like run away from you. So frustrated that they couldn't grab you, they've ran towards the two in the back line, and then you two are able to just make a normal attack as they try to run away.
I'm sure jump on one of their backs, like.
Yeah, you can do a normal attack if you want to. This is more like just like a quick little swipe for the opportunity attack. If you want to try something like a pounce on them and grapple them, that would be like next turn. It takes a little bit more. This is in combat terms. It's using your reaction because they were in your space and moving away from you, which gives you like a free attack.
Can I do Primal Savagery?
It's just like a normal attack. It's not like a spell.
Can I throw my axe at them?
You can attack with your axe.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my axe at them. Roll d20.
Yeah, both of you do d20s. Do you want to throw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, are they close enough where I can just?
Yeah, you're able to hit them because they were trying to grapple you. Roll your d12 and then add your strength, and then Sprout. Roll your d20.
Let's go. Plus 1. 9.
So describe, these two are unarmed. Describe the one you're hitting. Give a quick little descriptor to this orc.
You can cut out and says describe what?
So as you're attacking this, the one of the orcs that's unarmored that was wrestling before, I want you to give a quick little description of what he looks like as you're attacking him.
Someone's like, I'm getting the hang of this, and he starts swirling that shit like a damn baton.
I mean, just make a little descriptor of the orc. I'm trying out something new.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Don't cut me off.
Okay.
Shut up. You
Okay.
need to do something right now. So I'm whirling it like a damn baton, and then I throw it behind my back, and I catch it with one hand, and then I slash his ankle. It's also gonna go. Or, I mean, wherever, because I know you said that if I'm taking a specific...
No, you can smash his ankle. It's just not going to do a thing. But I'm saying, describe, like,
Well, I don't want it to do a thing.
what's the orc look like, though? I'm trying to get...
Oh, the orc?
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like a dumbass because I'm hitting him behind.
So this orc looks like dumb. His jaw sticks up, and his teeth are like just big. His brow is like huge, caveman-like,
He's got really hairy nose hairs.
and his nose hairs are very hairy.
And his ears.
And as he runs, like he just takes a quick swipe, dealing 9 damage as he's running towards Vazooks. And Sprout, you rolled a strong one, so roll a Panther action. Did you want to bite or did you want to swipe at him with your claw?
Swipe at the ankles, see if I can knock him over.
Okay. If you're trying to do a thing like knock him over, that's the thing I was talking to Marissa about. It's disadvantage on the attack. It's a thing where if you are trying to get a specific effect, like you're trying to hit him in the eye to make him blind, or knock him in the legs, knock him over, you can try it. It's harder to hit rather than just normal damage.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about this one time because I was so pissed.
Yeah, she's
Like me do something after I rolled really high.
No, so it's like if you want to try it, it's just you have to roll again and take the lower number because you're trying a more difficult task to get a special effect to it. Or you just want to do a normal attack, it's up to you.
A normal swipe with no expectation.
Yeah, it would just be damage. Or if you want to go for a bigger one, you can take disadvantage to try it.
Okay. So what am I rolling for that?
You would roll the 20 again for disadvantage. And if it hits, then you roll a 4-sided dice.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, so you actually so as you swipe for him, you like lunge at him, and Mole's tossing and twirling of the axe and his big flourish kind of like bumps into you, and then
No, it's not. I succeeded. I did not cause her to mess up.
You didn't tell the story.
That's so rude.
I saw one, so something's happening.
Simp.
But I'm not.
She doesn't want to be guilty. She doesn't want to be culpable. She's like, she didn't roll the 1, so she didn't roll the 1.
If anything, maybe it's like she was so mesmerized by how good Mole looked twirling this baton that she was distracted. Instead of it being like Mole was being stupid.
So no, it's actually as you lunge for the claw. So as you lunge with the bobcat claw, the orc actually like grabs you and throws you, and you're actually fleeing through the air, little bobcat self, and now you're behind them, far away, and
But she lands on her feet. She's a cat, right?
she lands on her feet. She doesn't take damage from that.
Nice.
But there's still a few more. So that one still, he runs to Dio unopposed. So now Dio and Vazooks, these ones kind of like got right up in your faces as you were standing in the back line, and now they're like blocking you out. And then 3 more are coming. One sees the bobcat flying through the air and just races after it, and they make quick attacks. 2 of them at Mole, 1 of them at Sprout. So Mole, you're taking some damage. And Sprout, I think what's your armor class as a cat? It is 12. You are also taking some damage.
Did you get more HP from leveling up?
I think we added it then. Holy shit. Okay, so you actually... So the one attacking you, Mole, comes at you with the great axe and kind of like sweeps under, and he like, as you try to block with your axe, you're a little unwieldy with it, and it grinds up, and the edge of it smacks you on the head, hitting you for 4 damage. But Sprout, I did a max roll on that one, so this one actually takes the axe, and it just drives it straight into your Bobcat form, knocking you out of it. So if you die in Bobcat form, which you did, you're knocked out. So you're back to your normal health, so it's not like you died. The Bobcat died, but you lose one of your hit dice, so we have to subtract that. So you're still able to turn into one more animal, but they knocked you out of your cat form. I'm going to take one of those hit dice, so we used one of those. So you lost 1 hit dice because you got knocked out of your animal form. And that was those guys. And now we're rotating back around. It's Dio, it's your go. You are kind of blocked out as this one with no weapons has just run right up to you and is trying to like grapple charge you.
Okay, got no weapon. Trying to grapple guard. Okay. I don't like that. I am going to use dissonant whispers on you.
Okay.
And then I will right. Ran? No.
I think you would just get your 1. Your bonus action, you can do Bardic Inspiration, but you just get the 1 action this time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Can I also cast Bardic Inspiration on... Can I cast on everybody, or do I have to do one at a time?
One at a time.
Okay. So, Vazooks, are you fighting somebody right now?
He has one that's run up to him. One that's wounded is just like with you. He's like running up and trying to like block him.
Okay. I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Vazook.
All right, Vazooks.
Yeah, well, now what time we're here. You're going to be like, well, that will be just in your house until 9 in the morning until 2.
And then what was your action, Dio?
Was it, did my spell not count as an action?
Which spell did you do?
Oh, I did Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, what's that one again? They do a something, wisdom saving throw?
So, let's see. Whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear. So it causes it to hear a bunch of shit. It does 3, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psych damage. Immediately use the reaction. If available, to move as far as its speed allows you.
Okay. So, yeah, you get to do... So roll your damage. It failed its throw.
Okay.
And Sprout, and while he's rolling that, all 3 of you are next, so I'm actually going to say Sprout, Mole, and Vazooks can all move at the same time, because you guys are all kind of like have your initiative stacked together. So you see as this guy, you're doing 3d6 to him. One at a time, I guess. Oh shit, so he just grabs his head, like, his big ugly head, and collapses to the ground, like, with these, just screaming, and he's down. So, Sprout... Oh, so Sprout, Mole, and Vazooks, all 3 of you move at the same time. Sprout, you have been thrown away from the rest of the group. You're kind of behind. You're alone facing one orc as he just knocks you out of panther form. Vazooks, you have one guy blocking you, and Mole, you're trying to fight. You each basically have one on you.
Can I cast my Arms of Adar?
Yeah, you do. Arms of Adar.
Does that hurt my teammates?
Maybe.
I don't want you to read the description because I already know the answer. I want you to just say no.
All creatures within 10 feet. So it would. Honestly, no. I'd say the passageway. Like you probably weren't shoulder to shoulder with Dio.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be safe there. You're not all like cramped together.
Okay. I'm gonna cast when I was in the back.
I'm just gonna do poison spray.
Okay, so do your rolls there.
No, I don't roll.
Oh, I roll, don't I?
Yep.
And then do I roll for Arms of Radar, or do you do it?
Each creature in the area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 combat damage.
Hold on, these guys are strong and have Constitution. But I think,
Have a high constitution?
I mean, they're strong and tough.
I don't know what constitution means.
Constitution is tough. If they look beefy, they have a high Constitution. But they both failed their saves. They do have bonuses to those. So roll your damages.
2d6.
Oh, it's 2d6. Dang.
Mine is a 1d6.
Alright.
What does our turn order just say, Sprout? Our turn order just says Sprout.
Does it?
No one else here.
I have-
no one else is on
I have Mole, Vazooks, and Dio on them.
No, mine is the same as Dio's.
Weird. I have all 4 of you on there. So that's 7, 9. And the Arms of Radar,
My turn was.
and they can't take their reaction. So the Arms of Radar, this black tendrils of energy like explode out of you and wrap around this orc, like kind of pulling his limbs back as he's kind of restrained as they're like burning into his skin. And Mole just belches acid onto one of them. The one next to him. And Sprout, what was your action? You're alone, kind of fighting. You just got knocked out of Panther form. So, what were you saying? Yeah, you just got knocked out of there. So you're doing your shillelagh?
Yes.
All right. So roll your d20. You were just.
I was very unlucky with that.
Okay. So
I really like it.
now you get to roll your damage, which is a d8 plus.
Did you say she could go back to Panther form?
She could if she wanted to. She has one more. You each, as druids, you have 2 wild shapes per day.
It's just a D8. 1d8.
Yeah, d8. And we add your wisdom, which is 4, I think.
Nice, so 6.
Let me check really quick.
Yeah, let's just say it's 4.
It is 4. Her wisdom's fucking high. Yeah, so you just crack it. So as it like hits you, it's like grinning, like with its big, ugly, toothy grin as it thinks it killed the panther. Just it kind of smashed right into you, and he's like gloating that he killed the enemy. And then like immediately you kind of whip around out of panther form. Like you take some psychic shock from dying in your animal form, but your body's unharmed, and you whip around with the shillelagh and crack it upside the mouth, hitting it for 6 damage. And they all go now. So they each try to make their respective attacks back at you.
My tendrils are not letting me react.
They can't take reactions, so they can take their action, but they can't like counterattack. Like if you have them grabbed and someone tries to run by them, they don't get their bonus attack. Their reaction attack. So they can still do their action on their turn. So the one next to Sprout is very angry, and as you crack him upside the mouth, he's like bleeding, and he like looks at it, like licks it, and just kind of laughs. He's like, Grumash has blessed me, and he swings his axe, and he cracks you with 9 damage with his like 2-handed axe. He just swings it around and just smashes Sprout with his axe. The other one with Mole is it's burning from this belched acid, and like he tries to like make a swing, but he's kind of like blinded with this acid, and he just like loses his weapon as he swings it. It like cracks into some stone with his arm, and he drops his weapon. He rolled a 1. And the one next to Vazooks, he's struggling against these binds. He's trying to like swing at him, and then the binds are like holding him back a bit as he tries to swing, and he rolled too low, so he misses Vazooks.
Damn right, boy.
And alright, it's your guys' go. All of you can act.
Is he dead? You said he fell to the ground.
Oh yeah, he killed. He hit that thing for fucking 15 damage.
So he's dead.
16 damage. Yeah, he killed that thing.
How many are left?
There are.
2 are dead, so there's
Yeah.
only 4.
Yeah, there's 4 left.
Oh my god.
That orc's not dead. He's not very happy. Like, cut his dick off right
So Shane, what were those other actions that you said we could do that would give them
So-
advantage?
You can dodge. So in combat, you can take the dodge action, which is solely focused on avoiding damage.
But it's only for that one person.
Yeah, that one person.
Will have disadvantage.
No, it's the whole round. Anyone who hits you has disadvantage. You can take the disengage, which is where you can run away without triggering a counterattack. So if you want to get behind your team or
No. What's the other one?
help, so you can help someone to give advantage on their attack.
I want to help Sprout so she has advantage on my next attack.
Okay.
I'm kind of scared, Sprout. What's your HP?
14.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I was thinking like 5.
I mean, she doesn't have that much left. 14, 9. She's at 5. Yeah, she is at 5.
She got health to level it up.
Yeah, she did get health. It's added in there. I think so, right? Sprout, her max health is 14. Yeah, she had 9 health before, so.
I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on my turn.
Okay. It is your go. So all 4 of you can act because you have shared initiatives. You're all like together.
I mean, it's not a lot, but can I toss my berry?
You can use good berry and probably toss one. It only heals 1, and she'd have to use her action to eat it.
Oh, that's not good. I don't have any heals though.
Cure wounds. You could run up and try to grapple. Like if you want to do that, you could try to like grab the creature. Remember, they're strong, so it's a strength check between you two.
What happened to the Wyvern?
It's still flying. So it saw the one go down.
It just ignored it?
No, it's like looking at the illusion and confused because the illusion stopped after you started doing other stuff. So its sense of something is wounded, but it's not quite sure what's going on. And I have been rolling for it, but it hasn't really been doing much with its rolls.
Okay. I was trying to enrage the Wyvern into fighting for us.
Yeah, I got the intention there.
Just health as a wyvern, or is that not a thing?
Probably not a thing. If you turn into something, no.
Yeah, you said I could turn into something, but I don't have much. Maybe
No, I don't think you can turn into a wyvern.
I want to get out of the
You do. So if you turn into a panther, it's like the panther's almost like a shell. Like you're inside the panther. So we go back to the panther HP, which is, I think it had like I think it was like 12 or something. So if you're in danger, you can turn into a panther, and it's almost like protecting your real body.
Okay.
Is there a limit to the animals they can turn into?
They can turn into 2 a day.
Okay, just by any animal?
Anything.
We haven't seen them.
Yeah, anything they've seen, and hers Sprouts is a little less. Also, Sprout, don't forget you do have your Patronus thing you could do. But remember, once you use it, it needs to recharge. So it's like you want to use it now, and then you won't have it later.
That's he's hinting there's a big boss battle coming up.
There's always a big boss battle in dungeons.
With
The head.
I think we're gonna end after this fight though, because it's kind of late for me. So we're gonna.
I want
Finish
to
it.
yell at the dragon in my draconic voice. I forgot it was there.
Okay, you can try that.
All sound really desperate.
Okay, do a persuasion check.
You have bardic inspiration too, John. By the way.
Yeah, if you want to add the bardic inspiration to
But
it.
I'm proficient in persuasion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wham!
If you want to, you can add the bardic inspiration to it. I'm gonna say it's. What are you trying to persuade this dragon to do?
Help! Become friends with me and help fight.
You rolled this route.
Oh.
Oh, well, we'll count that. Except you get an additional 2, I think. Well, let me see what Vazooks is.
Oh.
So persuasion. You're not proficient in persuasion. It looks like. Yeah, you're not there. So it's +3 on the roll of 12, so 15. Sprout is better at persuading than you are. That's crazy.
Is this though? like this.
I want to use the bardic inspiration.
Okay, roll the bardic inspiration. So it's a d6, I think you could add to it. So roll a d6 and it's added to that. So yours is currently a 15. So
Wham.
17? Okay, I'll say that it's still confused, so it's still a baby trying to, as it doesn't quite get the language, but combined with the thinking that the orcs has wounded it, you've kind of inspired it. It looks like it kind of flaps up, and it tries to find the most wounded orc, as it's still a little scared for its not combat readiness.
Oh, my friend.
So the most wounded orc, I think, is the one that had, acid sprayed on it, I think. So it actually flies over, and it takes its little stinger, and it just kind of like a little bumblebee sticks into the orc.
I
I want to project yes towards my wyvern.
And does the wyvern does 12 damage with its stinger.
That's a big beastie.
Yeah,
Very strong.
yeah, and that's the baby one. So wait, it can do a Constitution saving throw. It fails that. So it just, you can see as it just seizes up, it just kind of locks up its muscles and just kind of falls over as the baby wyvern kind of sits on it and then flaps up with its little bumblebee stinger. And it's like,
Good job, friend. Do I still get an attack?
yeah, I'll say trying to talk to someone's a bonus action.
I just want to attack the one that I got tendrilled up.
All right.
I'm just gonna full on just. What? It's your fucking cheat still.
You have a cantrip that you could add to your attacks, although I don't know if it does anything in this situation.
Green Flame Blade.
I know that's your go-to.
That's my cantrip.
Yeah, I want to see what it does there. Okay, yeah, it doesn't add extra damage, it just looks cool. It would bounce between 2 targets. So if there's 2 guys next to each other, it would bounce your attack between them. Alright, do your normal attack. Let's see it.
And
Shove it into him.
I mean, you still gotta roll your thing.
I'm kidding.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, with that, he's down. So you just the rest of you from behind see this orc kind of wrapped up in tendrils trying to swing at him, and then just from his back emerges you see kind of light showing up, and then just a blade sticks out of his back, like crisping, just cauterizing the outside of the wound, and he is down.
Nice.
I have successfully killed 2 with 1 turn.
So
Keep up.
there are 2 left, and
Am I go yet?
no, you guys. Well, you did your bardic inspiration, and you didn't use an action, right? Yeah, so you still have an action, so you can go do it. And Mole, I think you didn't do anything yet.
I will.
What is that? Where
Where am I?
In
Okay, she's over here. I will fire my bow at the orc that's attacking her. I cast bardic inspiration already.
On Sprout?
Yeah.
Okay. So make your short bow attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, your bardics, I don't think come back until a long rest for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That didn't work.
So your bardic inspiration was very inspiring, but as you fire your bow, the orc kind of like knocks with its elbow, just kind of like cracks the arrow up, and the splinters kind of fly past it. Who hasn't gone? I think Sprout. I don't think you've done your thing yet.
Shoot myself.
Yeah, so you currently have a lot of damage on you. You could turn into the Panther, you could do your normal attack. Whatever you do, you have the Bardic Inspiration from Dio, which allows you an extra 6-sided die you get to roll onto it. So whatever you have you have a chance to get some extra bonus to it.
So I know the map's in front of me. Where's the other?
So the 2 that were down, John killed the one next to him. The one that was fighting Mole got bit by or stung by the wyvern. So I think there's one just next to. I think there's one next to you. Did we lose track of one of them?
I think we did.
I think we did. Shit. So
I don't know if armored or not.
yeah, I don't think he has. Yeah, they're all basically the same armor. Yeah, the 2 that were grappling you died. I know that. So yeah, I think there's another one that was just hanging back, and I think he's fucking fine. It looks like.
So it's 3 orcs left? No.
2. There's 2.
Okay.
They were outnumbering us, so we just kind of lost.
Can we add...
I have the damage on them. Can we add icons?
Yeah, for the orcs. They're there.
Yeah, that would work. I could add maybe simplistic maps. I don't want to get into the whole like moving by squares, but I could probably add simplistic maps later. I just would ask you guys to help move things around because it's a lot on my end doing stuff. So if you guys on your off turns kind of keep track of like. Okay. All right. As you're falling asleep.
I have a friend, this baby wyvern. Maybe its mom at the end of the cave will be our friend as well.
Let's finish the battle with a quick roll off. Everyone just roll a d20. I'm going to roll for these 2 orcs, and we're going to quickly narrate like a quick skirmish.
Wow, I'm just doing so good this fight.
I know, but they're tired, so. I want to see you.
How the fuck did you roll a 10 and landed like right in the middle of 6 and 14?
Yeah, I see that there too. Tyler's a witch.
Reroll.
Reroll. I'm gonna take the 10.
Okay, yeah, we're losing track of this. So, because we're quickly wrapping it up, one of them rolls pretty freaking high, so we're going to say that basically, after your rounds, you'd probably take down one of them would get an attack, and I rolled for them, it was high. So who rolled the lowest out of all that crap?
Wow. That ain't a fair way to do whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. He has the bonus action, he can run towards anybody. Like his bonus action on the stat block is he can run towards anybody he wants and get up in their face. So we're going to say whoever rolled the lowest pissed him off.
Well, me and Sprout are sharing our D20 roll. Oh. There's
Alright.
no way to separate our D20 roll.
Well, shit, Sprout. The last one runs towards Sprouts and hits her. Because I just rolled, you guys shared.
Did she have an action before? Though? I thought it was her turn.
She rolled a 6, Daz rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who's rolling.
But can I yell for her?
So many
She has a higher turn, so she rolled first. And then Daz. So
Oh,
I think it would just be obvious that we don't kill that last one without taking any damage.
I mean, the last one in the turn order.
I think Daz gets.
Let me roll the dragon really quick. I'm gonna roll the dragon really quick.
Can it turn into an animal still?
She'd be able to on her turn there, I think. I'm just trying because you guys you said you were tired, so I'm trying to speed things up while still getting the consequences of the combat.
We don't want to speed things up. We're gonna
Yeah, I think Daz
Yeah. Just turn into a mouse. Turn into something super small. And then run away. Like a germ.
Tardigrade. Little tardigrade. Alright. Roll. So,
What's this thing running me? I impaired.
alright, I'm rolling a 10-sided. 2, 4, 6, 10. And we're going to determine who this guy smacks that way. So that's 2, 4, 6. Or it'd be 8, I guess. Shit. Alright. So Mole, it runs towards you. And hits you for 8 with its great axe before you guys take it down. Alright, so as you guys like finally finish off this group of orcs, as its last desperate swing, it like swung at Mole, confused by its spitting acid. The little wyvern still is unsure of you guys and kind of like flies off and scurries back to a corner. And I think we're going to end it there for now. You guys, let's quickly wrap up. Make sure you guys kept track of your HP and all that junk. And we're going to add...
What?
keep track of your HP and Bardic Inspirations. Make sure you've added them here, so that way we know.
No HP.
Yeah, you never lose HP, but I know you used Bardic Inspirations. I think we can add this...
I took it from one, but I had already used one, so I think I'm down to...
Here, really quick, Tyler. I added a Bardic Inspiration to your class features. You have one there?
Okay.
And then all of you can add to your experience points. You guys got 10 for tricking the ogre, and then I think that fight would give you 20. So add in 30 total to your whole overall.
Okay.
Actually, add 40. Add 40 because the ogre would have been worth a lot more. So by tricking it, you kind of got around a big fight. So 40 total added onto your guys' stuff.
I need 30 more XP level.
And at level 3, you guys can pick your special stuff.
Do I unlock my fucking blade or when I get to level 3?
At level 3, it's a shard blade. You can dismiss it and summon it at will.
How many orcs are laying around dead?
6.
Okay.
You're like calculating how much orc nipples there are.
I'm putting off all 6 of these orc dicks. So I have 8 orc dicks.
Alright. Make sure you keep track of those inventory. Those orc dicks weigh like 20 pounds. Like, all 8 of them. No, I don't know. I don't know the weight of an orc dick, but...
I could probably...
I will say that you're probably going to have disadvantage on all of your persuasion checks. but advantage in all your intimidation.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Good night,
Yeah. Good night.
guys.
It sucks because we're all sleepy people now. So maybe we'll start earlier sometime, and then we won't have to be sleepy. All right.
I'm wide awake.
I know. I'm waking up tomorrow at 6 in the morning, which is ridiculous. All right. So you collect all the bodily parts of these orcs.
Yes. So I've got 14 orc ears right now, and I've got 8 orc dicks.
Okay. All right. You're not going to share the orc dicks with anybody else?
No, I'm gonna keep all the orc dicks.
Anything worth looting on the bodies?
They all have the axes. You'll find the armor kind of laying around there, but it seems like
Any of these weapons, anything
I know.
ever drops. All these weapons suck.
let's see. Usually with orc culture, it's the leader that gets all the shit. These guys are just grunts.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then
Goat man.
Yes.
I will bet you 5 gold pieces that I could swallow one orc dick in a single roll.
Okay.
Alright. I accept your challenge. I hand Lizard Man one orc dick.
all right, Lizard Man, use your you have a bite attack. Do your bite attack.
It's the biggest one though.
Yes.
Oh, children.
Oh.
A 7. You choke on this orc dick.
And he
With a
dies.
7. You're like gagging it down.
Damn it. He should have to roll whether he chokes to death or not.
Sprout, roll Heimlich maneuver. Roll Heimlich.
I'll roll my play. Hold on. What should I roll?
Do an athletics check, like a strength check.
Alright, let's see. Athletics check. I will save you, my scaled dicky.
Oh my god! So you do the Heimlich, and it pops out of Azuk's mouth and flies into Sprout's mouth as she was like stunned.
Sir, the DM, you got an orc dick in your throat.
Are we highlighting again?
Well, I mean, you failed that one. It like lunged, it like popped out of her mouth, out of his mouth, and landed in hers, and now she's choking on this.
I will roll for the Heimlich for Sprout.
I don't. This is this.
Do it, bam.
We're all bad at the Heimlich.
Yeah,
One person who would probably be good by my
yeah. You have the medicine check, don't you?
medicine.
Well, we'll say we're not going to make you part of this insanity. So we're going to say what happened was the orc dick flew out of Vazuk's mouth and landed in Dio somehow. Like he spit it out. So now Dio is the one choking, and you're trying to give the Heimlich to Dio, and just you don't know what you're doing. You're just squeezing him like this. Like
Okay. What? Do I have to roll something?
I don't know. Like what the fuck?
Am I dying right now? I'm gonna die.
Someone owes someone some gold pieces.
Someone massive amounts of wine and pour it down your throat.
Yeah. Wait, can my snake save me? I'm gonna summon. He's gonna bite the dick on the head and then rip it out.
Okay, you get the snake as it's trying to pull. You see this like snake on his chest trying to pull his dick out of his throat. It's like the Ouroboros snake, like swallowing its own tail.
Yes. It's amazing.
So let's say you're able. Wait, I'm gonna roll for the snake.
Oh no! He's gonna bite me in the face.
What the fuck?
Oh,
So the snake is just not strong. Like it just can't. It's no match for the girth of the orc dick just stuck in your gullet.
Someone save me!
I'm gonna roll strength throw. I'm just gonna force the dick down his throat.
You're just gonna force it down his throat.
I'm forcing it down so he just eats it. It's gone forever.
So this is what's called a skill challenge, guys.
Do I have to roll for swallow?
Look at that.
Okay,
Look at that.
we'll say you're able to. It somehow bypasses your lungs and it just goes whole. The whole thing is just like it goes down into your belly now. You can feel it. You feel that.
Delicious.
You now have 7 orc dicks. Good night.